The Steam Deck. Has this ever happened to you? You try to play some demanding game like Teardown, Cyberpunk, or anything like that, and your Steam Deck just crashes down and it boots up to verifying installation screen? Well, if so, you will learn how to stop it from doing that. This video is like in 3 phases. We have to do some prerequisites, and then we have to do the actual fix, and then we will prevent you from borking your Steam Deck if you try to update it further. What you wanna do first is go to power and switch to desktop mode. So now that we are in desktop mode, let me transfer you to the deck. Now that we are here, we will first have to make yourself a sudo password. Think of it as like running things as administrator in Windows. Go to settings, users, and here you will have this Steam Deck user, username deck, account type administrator, and then you have to click on change password, and then you will have to enter your password. After we do that, we can start actually fixing your deck. So first things first, what you have to do is to go to this link that I've put in the description. Is the first link that you'll see, and what this link will do is go to GitLab, just copy and paste, and we just go to GitLab, download ourselves this file, which you can see I have already downloaded, so I'm not gonna do it again. So what this file is your BIOS. You will probably be on the version number 0120, and we will go to the BIOS 0116. Why do we do that? We will do that because our BIOS needs to be a lower version so we can apply this fix that we're gonna do. So now that you have downloaded your BIOS, what we have to do next is open a terminal. I know, sounds scary. It's not. I'm gonna be here with you, so I'm gonna hold your hand. No need to worry. So we go into taskbar, type console, hit K, console, open it, and now we have ourselves the console. Here. Now we will have to paste in the commands that I've left in the description. First command is make directory BIOS. You will have, first of all, to be sure that you're in your home folder, type cd space ... Now you are in the home folder. We are in home and we have deck, lost and found, and swap file. Now we'll have to go to cd's nuts, cd deck, and now we are in the proper folder. We make a directory mkdir BIOS. Now we press enter, and for me it says that the directory already exists. For you it will just make the directory, simple as that, and then you'll have to go inside that directory. So you go cd BIOS, enter. Now that we are inside the BIOS, we can ls here, and you will see that I have a couple of files already made. So what the first big command does is make a backup of your already existing BIOS. You can see here I have this backup, Jupyter-F7A0120 BIOS backup. So this is what our first command does, and I highly suggest you do it. So you just paste this in and it will create yourself this file. After that, you can apply the BIOS. So you copy this command that I left in the description, you copy this, and then you paste it. Now make sure that you have downloaded BIOS 116 that I've already told you about, and that it is in your downloads folder, because this command only works if that BIOS is in the downloads folder. As you can see here in the command, it says downloads and then the name of the BIOS. After you paste that in, if everything went alright, you'll have to type in your sudo password, and when you press enter, your Steam Deck will reboot. After you reboot your Steam Deck, if you go again here in the desktop mode and you type in this command, sudo dmidecode BIOS version, and if you type it here, you press enter, it will ask for your sudo password. As you can see, it will tell you your BIOS version. If everything went alright, you will have to have here 116, not 120. If it's 120, please repeat the steps above and try again. It will have to tell you 116. So if everything went alright, now you have your BIOS downgraded. Yippee! What does that allow us to do? That lets us download Jupyter BIOS Unlock tool. First of all, type in the next command. What does this command do? Well, after you enter it, it will also make another backup. As you can see here, I have another backup for this BIOS version. So this is what this does. Now I've already done that, so I'm not gonna do it again. And then what we have to do is type wget and this GitLab link. And if you press enter, we have downloaded this Jupyter BIOS Unlock application. If we type ls, you can see that we have Jupyter BIOS Unlock and Jupyter BIOS Unlock number 1 because I've downloaded it again for this tutorial. You will have just Jupyter BIOS Unlock. What we have to do now is type this command chmod +x Jupyter BIOS Unlock. This command makes the file executable. So you press enter and nothing will show up because this is the expected result, but you can also do it through the graphical user interface. If you go to home BIOS, we see that we have this Jupyter BIOS Unlock 1. You have to right click it, go to properties, permissions, and you have to enable this is executable. Press OK, and now we go again inside our terminal, and if you say sudo /Jupyter BIOS Unlock, copy, paste. What does this command do? This command basically says run as administrator, and / means execute this file. And as you can see here, my Steam Deck says BIOS successfully unlocked. For you, it will charge up a bit, and then it will tell you this. So now we downgraded our BIOS and we applied this fix. Next, what you have to do is to go to the BIOS. Now that you have finished all of the prerequisites, let's apply the fix. We will go here to application launcher, go to shutdown, and we will shut down our Steam Deck. So now our Steam Deck is shut down. What you'll have to do is to press the power button and volume up button. Just press it once and then release it. You don't have to hold it. It will make the Steam Deck jingle and then it will boot up in the BIOS. From here, you have to go to setup utility, and then if everything went all right, you will have two new options. This one, which is AMD CBS and AMD CBS. You'll have to go to AMD CBS and then go to right, and you see here UMC Common options. Click on that, and then you will have here the first option, DDR Common options. You go on that, and then you go to DRAM Controller configuration, and then up here we have DRAM power options. So click on that, and then we have this power down enable, you see, and you have to click it and disable it, and that's all. If everything went all right, you could continue, and now your Steam Deck will boot up and the fix will be applied. Now that we are here inside our account, we can go and press the Steam button. We can go to settings, and then if we go to system and scroll a bit down, we can see that here BIOS version says F7A0116. Now we'll have to do one more step so that this fix won't break if we update our system. If you go in the system, it will say update available and it will say your BIOS version, and as you can see, for me it doesn't say that. Well, that's because I have disabled the option for Steam to update my BIOS, so I will stay on this BIOS forever. You can still update your Steam version. As you can see, my Steam version is 3.5.19. I don't know if that's clear, 3.5.19. Now I'll show you how you can also disable your BIOS updates. You will have to switch again to desktop, and then from here you will have to go to the second link in our description, and you will have to download this Steam Deck BIOS Manager. You can also download and install your BIOS from this application. It's actually made by the same guy. You will have to go inside this link. You have to unzip it, and after that you will have this folder. You will have to go to this sh executable, right click on it, go to properties, go to permissions, and check this is executable mark again. And after you do that, you just double click it, and then it will prompt you to type your sudo password, so we should do that again. and it will prompt you to this warning. This is for the educational and research purposes only. Yeah, you go and click yes. And then it will say this script detected that you are using Steam Deck LCD model. Is this correct? For me, it's correct. If you use OLED, it will say OLED, and you can type yes. And then you will have the plenty of options. What you have to do is select block, just check it, and then press OK. And from now on, your Steam Deck won't install you any BIOS updates, and your Steam Deck won't crash from playing demanding games. Hope you liked this video. If you think it was useful or a bit funny, please subscribe, follow, share, I don't know, do your shit. Yeah.